You are a person whose women in your family have shredded your appearance. You point at their words at you and how they act towards you as the reason why you have poor self-esteem and body dysmorphia and why you cannot see yourself the way other people see you. Ancestral trauma is ancestral wisdom. Ancestral trauma is ancestral wisdom. Now come with me into the critter world, okay? Because a lot of people are like, meh, I don't know about that. Okay. They did a study on rats, and they had female rats who were on a plate, and they put lemon smell and electrified the plate. So these rats learned that the lemon smell equaled not good times, right? Okay. Those rats had pups. Half of those pups reacted to the lemon smell when they never had the lemon smell plus electric shock. When each of the groups of those pups, reactive, non-reactive, had pups, all of them reacted to the lemon smell. All of them. Ancestral trauma is ancestral wisdom. You are nature. Do you have nipples? You know what that means? You're a mammal. The same inherent knowing that critters have when they bear children, you have it too. We've just had it socialized out of us. Okay, look, here's an example. In the wild, how many creatures lay on their backs and do this to have a baby? Zero. What do? They squat, they pant, they shout. We have had our animal tendencies socialized out of us because we thought that we were not nature, because frontal lobe. Okay, back to ancestral wisdom, being ancestral trauma. And people who are like, my grandmother and my mother are such a fucking bitch. Like, they can see a woman who is crazy successful and their first thought is, well, she's fat. Or, well, is she married? Or, what I love when people are like, well, do you have children? Because the difference that makes is, here's what the difference that makes is. Throughout time, the best women could do, most women, was marry well. On our own, of our own, for our own. In 1972, women in the States still needed, in some of the states, United States, to get their husband or their father's signature to open a bank account, to have a credit card. We needed a man's signature. This isn't me shitting on men, because men have their own road to hoe. Okay. So, if the mama rats who are exposed to lemon have children who, when are exposed to lemon, have a reaction, who have children who, when exposed to lemon, have a reaction, that is trauma passed down as wisdom. Avoid the lemon smell. All right. So with women, and the best we could do being to marry well, it seemed kind for women to pick at each other, to say things like, men won't like it if you do this. You know, you could be pretty if you smiled a little more. You're so smart, but could you just put on a little makeup? You need to put on a full face before you go out. What if you meet someone? Wear underwear. Who knows if an accident's gonna happen, right? We have policed each other. We have handed each other these rules for being a good woman, these rules for being a good catch, these rules about what a body needs to look like, how it needs to sound when it comes out of your mouth. Do you raise your pinky? Have you had many children? Because that is a sign of womaniness. Are you married? Have you been a good catch? Does somebody want you? I can't believe you're still single. Why doesn't anyone want you? These are ways we just casually pass down the old data of you are property, you are fragile, you need protection to make it in this world. You are not sufficient in and of yourself. It's old data, love. How many women in your family have whispered all of these things to us, and now you need to, if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. Just say thank you. Just say thank you. Just lay back and enjoy it. We have been handed bullshit that maybe was true for someone in our lineage and is no longer true for you. You know why it's not true for you? Because it feels gross in your body. Also, the fact that when someone comes up to you and they're all, and you don't want to be rude, but you really wish this motherfucker would get away from you, but you don't want to be rude. It feels rude to say, back off, buddy. Oh, I'm married. And that a lot of dudes will show up in my DMs and they're like, here's my offer for you to become a person in relationship with me. And I say, I'm not available. And they're like, well, are you married? Doesn't matter. Brandy, not available. Because they still run on the old system where I needed someone to point to give validity to what I do and do not like. So when you are a human who feels like all of the women in your whole lineage have shit on you all this time, and why can't they just let you be you? 'Cause they're the old way, baby. Somebody had to be the last of the old way. You don't want that. Do you know how you know? It doesn't feel good, and it doesn't feel good enough that you've decided, I don't want to do it that way. And there's still this residual inside you. This is what we do. We untangle this from that story, from what you've been handed was the way to do things. Because maybe it kept them safe once. Maybe. But also, how much shit do you not even realize that you do? Because you watched it. You watched women in your family. It's just how we are. We're warriors. It's just how we are. We're people with bad right knees. You're people with bad right knees because you were modeled how to walk by somebody whose gait was off and their right knee was gonna get jacked because of it. And there's nobody to blame. Noticing is magic. The part where you notice and then you decide, do I want this or do I not? That's your part. Somebody said, it's not your fault that something happened, but it's your responsibility to heal it. And I don't believe that shit at all. You don't have to heal a fucking thing, not one. You can keep on doing what you're doing. You can. You get to. And when you want to do a different thing, when you want to feel a different way in your body, when you want to think different things about yourself, when you catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror, when somebody compliments you in your first your first thing out of your mouth is, oh, well, no, you look nice. You're the one who looks nice. Me, I'm fat and this is old. Just listen to you, baby. Listen to what you say, because it is a cheat code to what's been going on. And then know you get to choose if you want to keep doing that. And I can already hear someone saying to me, but Brandy, it's hard. Honey, choosing to learn a new language doesn't make it easy. Playing games while you learn a new language makes it easy. Using the ways that your body and your brain already know how to automate things makes it easier. But there will be shadows that come back, echoes that come back. And some people want to stop and fight them, and they think that, well, see, this always happens and I'm never gonna. And that's not what we do here. We know there are shadows of things, they pop up. And we're like, oh, babe, I see you. And that's not what we do here. So you come on, we're heading out. Friend, all of the ways that you think you're broken hold the seeds of your superpower. All of the ways that you think someone else has broken you gets to be a choice that you are a part of. You are either a yes to it or you are a mm-mm. But you don't have to fight them. And even if all of the women in your lineage came and apologized to you, it wouldn't change how it is in you. In you. In here and in here are the things that we play with and we shift. My heart is madly in love with you. And so on Saturday, August 17th, I'm going to have what I call a block party. It's $10 for 2 hours with me. Sign up through the link in my profile. Come, we'll have live stuff. We can talk about things, but I'm going to have, the theme of that is going to be this, that ancestral trauma is ancestral wisdom. And then what? And then what are we going to do about it? All right? My heart is huge for you. It really is. And the part where you notice it and the part where it seems like it's getting worse, what if all of that is good news? Because for how long did you just wander around being led around by your short hairs from these ghosts? Me? A long time. A long time. All right, friend. I love you much. Again, if you want to come to the block party, the link is in my profile. It's August the 17th, Saturday, from noon until 2 Eastern Standard Time. If you sign up, you will get a replay if you cannot attend. All right? All right. I love you.